Veganism does not clear your acne. In fact, it actually makes it worse. This is going to be an interesting video, so let's just dive right into it. I get a lot of comments from vegans, and a lot of vegans push that when you go vegan and when you go plant-based, your acne will improve and will completely clear. I get these comments all the time. A lot of people will say that veganism will solve anything. On the other hand, I get these comments all the time where people say they went vegan and their acne didn't improve. Some people even say their acne got even worse. So what's the deal with this? What is going on? So let me break this down in this video for you, and let me tell you my opinion of how vegans should actually pitch veganism when it comes to acne, because no, veganism is not a cure-all, and a lot of vegans say that going vegan is going to fix every single one of your problems from health to skin, and it's just not true. Now, before we go too deep into that, if you don't know already, you might just follow me for my fitness or my food content, but way back in the day, this channel used to focus on my acne, and I used to have extremely severe acne. Cysts, blackheads, whiteheads, pimples all over my face, and it was really difficult for me to go through. I thought I tried everything out there and nothing helped solve my acne, so eventually I got on Accutane, and after an extremely long course of over 70 weeks, my acne finally cleared up. But then it started to come back because I started to go back to my old ways of dieting and my old lifestyle habits, and it started to scare the crap out of me because I was starting to get not only pimples but cysts as well. That's what triggered me into looking into a plant-based diet, and that's what started my first couple weeks of turning into now a 5, almost 6-year vegan. And lo and behold, after a few months of taking dairy all the way out, making sure that I wasn't having any meats or anything like that, my acne cleared up entirely and has been at bay ever since. Aren't I contradicting myself? Didn't I just say that veganism doesn't help acne and actually makes it worse? Well, 2 weeks ago, I actually had the worst breakout of my life. Now, did I stop being vegan? No, I still eat the same way I've always been eating, but all of a sudden I had tons and tons of pimples all over my back. I started to even break out on my face. So what's going on here? I thought everything was supposed to be better because I'm vegan. Well, now we get to the point of this video. So what happened that made my back break out so bad? There's a couple of different factors, and I think it's important that people realize that veganism and plant-based dieting can help a lot of people improve or eliminate their acne, especially if their acne is a symptom of their diet. But it's not the only factor that factors into their acne and their skin. I was at an Airbnb with my girlfriend for about a week, and we spent about 4 to 6 hours every single day in a hot tub. I'm not even exaggerating. We really like our jacuzzi time. But what happened was, sitting in that jacuzzi, I got something called hot tub folliculitis. That's what I'm assuming. And it caused my acne on my back to really flare up because I have sensitive skin, and there's a certain type of bacteria that thrives in hot tubs. Also, there are a couple other factors that I'm going to say were probably also a part of this. I was sleeping on different bed sheets than I usually do, so there's a different detergent. Again, sensitive skin reacts to that type of thing. We did drink alcohol one of the nights, and alcohol has been proven scientifically to increase oil production and also breakouts. And because we had drinking that night, we did tend to eat a little bit more junk food than we usually do, not so much leaning into our whole food diet, and that also has been proven in science to factor into people's breakouts. So when people say that plant-based dieting is the end-all be-all, it's not necessarily true. I've been vegan for almost 6 years, and I still will have these big breakouts. This is one of my big problems with the vegan community, and even myself at sometimes, I've been guilty of this, is that a lot of times we will over-exaggerate and oversell veganism as, like I said, an end-all be-all to all problems, and it's not necessarily true. Again, while it can help a lot of people with whatever it is that they're dealing with, if diet is the reason that they're dealing with those health issues, it does not solve everything. And a lot of times what people will do is be sold on the idea that if they go plant-based for a few months, everything's going to improve. And then when it doesn't improve, or maybe sometimes it gets even worse, they actually go the opposite direction and they swear off being vegan or plant-based for the rest of their life because they tried it and it didn't work. It made it worse. So you might have gone plant-based or vegan and seen huge improvements in your own health, or maybe just like me, you saw huge improvements in your skin texture and your acne. And you might be sitting there going, how in the world can plant-based dieting possibly make acne worse? It just doesn't make sense. Well, let me be a little bit of a contrarian and bring up a couple of points that I think a lot of people don't factor. At this point, even if you personally have never dealt with acne yourself, you probably know that dairy is one of the top causes of most people's acne, and taking it out can improve it. But that doesn't mean it's the solution for everyone. There's actually quite a few different factors in diet that affect your acne, and this is where the problem begins. When people first go plant-based and eventually vegan, the first thing that they go and do is go to the supermarket, go to Walmart, and they go and get all of the plant-based replacement foods that they can. So they get vegan fish sticks and vegan chicken nuggets, they get vegan cheeses and vegan creams and vegan yogurts, they get all this stuff. And a lot of times their diet actually goes into a, I would say, more junk food phase than even before they were vegan. So while they're not consuming animal products and dairy, they might be consuming way more processed foods that have a lot more fats and a lot more sugars in them. This is a huge problem, and I don't think a lot of people mention this when they pitch plant-based dieting as something that can improve your acne. So along with the processed foods where you're getting a lot more fat in, you're getting a lot more preservatives, and just generally you're eating a lot of stuff that's not whole foods and your body doesn't really love. A lot of people also get a lot more sugar because they do lean into a lot more sugary foods, because a lot of the replacements and a lot of the things that, you know, a lot of vegans will show on their channels have a lot of sugar. And so high fats and high sugar diets have been proven through science to increase something in your body called mTOR, which increases the amount of oil that our body produces in our skin, and that increases acne. In addition to this, a lot of people have personal food allergies that they don't really realize when they aren't plant-based because they don't consume a ton of it, or they're just not focusing that hard on their diet. And so things like wheat gluten or soy are things that a lot of replacement products are made of, and a lot of diets just in general, even if you are eating whole foods when it comes to plant-based dieting, it basically has a lot of soy and wheat. And for some people, these are triggers for their own acne. Now, everybody has different triggers, so while high sugar and high fat and even alcohol are ubiquitous and cause everybody to increase their mTOR and their acne, personal food triggers are not the same for everybody. So someone like me can consume all the soy in the world, all the wheat in the world, and really I don't see any difference in my face. But someone else might find out that soy was the entire cause of their acne. I actually worked with a client, her name is Savannah Lee, and she found out that soy was specifically her acne trigger. She had been vegan for years and had acne all over her face and was really frustrated, was about to go on Accutane and didn't know what it was causing it. She thought, I'm vegan, so it couldn't possibly be my diet. It has to be something else. I put her through my program, the Acne Method, and by doing a elimination diet, she eliminated soy for a few weeks and saw a huge improvement in her acne. And now when she has soy, she sees basically more breakouts. She found out that this is a trigger food. So that's where my big problem comes in. When people pitch a plant-based diet as something that can improve acne, a lot of times these people aren't people who personally have ever had acne. They just know that it's a pretty great talking point, and a lot of people are going to get excited about that because, of course, it makes sense. And I don't blame these people, because a lot of people, a majority of people, will see an improvement by going plant-based. But there's a lot more nuance to acne than just taking out animal products and dairy. A lot of other foods and a lot of other things factor into it as well, and that can be very discouraging for a new plant-based dieter or a new vegan. Now, the difference between before I was plant-based to now is that when I experience these breakouts on my face, they go away within about a week or 2 weeks at the most, whereas before I was vegan, when I was having a lot of dairy, my acne would stick around for months. When I would get a cyst, I wouldn't see it go away for at least 1 month. Sometimes my longest cyst lasted for 6 months. So being plant-based for me personally has helped the time cycle of how quickly my body moves through acne a lot. So I do promote it, and I do tell people that it is a huge factor for improving my acne, and it could be for them as well. So my mission with this video was to do 2 things. 1, for people who are still experiencing breakouts and you've been plant-based for months or years and you're wondering what is going on, I wanted you to understand a little bit more of the details and nuances of what you can do to help improve your acne even more while staying plant-based. But 2, along with kind of the theme of my channel in the last couple weeks, is I really am realizing that I want to be kind of a more pragmatic voice of reason when it comes to the vegan community, and tell people that it's important that we approach promoting and talking about veganism and plant-based diets with a very pragmatic, realistic, vision. We don't want to oversell people and overpromise things, because a lot of times that's going to backfire if that exact thing that you overpromised doesn't happen, and then they can say, I tried it and it didn't do anything for me, and I don't need to try it ever again. And that's actually counterproductive to getting people to open up to trying a plant-based diet and eventually going vegan. Maybe one day I'll change the name of this channel to The Pragmatic Vegan. I don't know, maybe. But I hope you guys understood my point of this video. If you are someone who is dealing with breakouts, and one, you're not vegan yet, or two, if you are vegan and you're still dealing with these breakouts, there is so much more detail and nuance that goes into improving your acne. I actually worked all year last year creating the perfect, in my opinion, the perfect acne program to help people who were in the same position as I was when I just didn't know what else to try. I didn't know what the solution to my own acne was. I made it really affordable. It's only $10. It's 10 steps and it's 10 weeks, and it goes in depth, but it's very easy to digest. That way you can go through the steps. It makes it very easy, so you don't have to waste time on expensive products. You don't have to waste time researching all this on your own. I've compiled it all in a very easy to digest program, and you can find out your personal triggers as well as things that improve your acne the most, so you can kind of create this perfect personalized plan to help improve your acne, but also keep it away forever. So if you haven't heard of that yet, you should definitely check it out. It's called theacnemethod.com. I'll put the link in my description below. I highly recommend it. You are going to absolutely love the program. I poured my heart and soul into it because I want to help people so much who are in the same position as me. So check that out. I'll put it in the link in the description below. And also, if you didn't know already, I actually have another channel where I post 2 videos every single week, all about skincare and acne. It's called Team Acne. I'll put that in the description below so you can go and subscribe there. And if you are somebody who's interested in improving your skin health, your texture, or if you have breakouts, it is a fantastic free resource. You should definitely check it out. I also pour my heart and soul into that channel every single week, just like this one. So there you have it, my friends. I've been wanting to make this video for a few weeks, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. It helps get out to more people, and hopefully we can help more people with this video because of that. If you have any tips for acne, let me know about them in the comments below. So many people are going to be helped by it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and tune in next week for the next full day of eating. I'll see you guys in the very next video. Team Beyond.